Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. My name is Stephen London, and this is another episode of Man Over. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, listen. We have lots to get into. I am still wearing my eye mask because it's been a day, it's been a weekend, and I wanted to make sure that I was looking right and tight for y'all. So please, please, please make sure to press that share button. Leave your comments below. I will be using my iPad to follow along and see what the hell y'all think about these stories today, because we have a lot. We have a lot to discuss. Also, it's my first time back in the new year. So happy New Year's. If I haven't wished you a happy new year, we're giving you a new look. We're giving you a new background. I hope you enjoy. This is actually my living room. So shout out to Stephen London Interior Design. Yes, I did this all by myself. You've probably seen this 1,000 times from Target. That's actually being replaced in a couple days. But listen, I'm so glad you're here. We are using new products today. New product alert. We're using some new goodies from NARS, a brand new foundation. You know how much I care about foundation. Although I'm not doing that new foundation challenge that everybody's been doing, where everybody puts like hundreds of pounds of foundation on. Yeah, I'm not doing that. And then we also have some new goodies from Oma Beauty. Shout out to Oma. I think this is how I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. They have been watching Man Over and love our videos, and so they sent me a couple treats. So I'm going to be using a highlighter by them and a mascara. Shout out to Shayla. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. Loving the hair. Loving you for watching. Thank you so much. Listen. We're going to get right into it. I want to talk about this Trey Songz arrest. Again, you guys, don't forget to make sure to comment below. Let me know what your thoughts on this. Adriana says, missed you. Let's get into this thesis. Exactly. You already know what time it is. So listen, also shout out to Lori. Hi, Steven. I missed you. I miss you more. Hi, Sheena. How you doing? Listen. I gotta hurry up and get to this tea. So these are coming off. Also, if you're wondering where my eye mask's from, I grabbed them. They are LA Pure eye mask. I got them from Amazon. And look how good they are. Super moisturizing. Look, I mean, this was so much darker than before I started. I'm gonna go in with my Milk Hydro Primer. I only like to do a little bit of this, like really on my cheeks and under my eyes, because I feel like that's where my makeup shifts the most. For the most part, I really don't use too much on my forehead, because I don't know about y'all, but my forehead gets really greasy. So using a Hydro Grip Primer is usually not the best idea. So what I do is, that is like whatever is left over, I just kind of do one wipe, and I really make sure to work that in. And this is going to be your first step before applying your foundation. Trey Songz. So, whoo, Trey was arrested over the weekend at a Chiefs versus Bills game. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills. You know, I went to university in Buffalo, so shout out to Buffalo Bills. There's an ambulance in the background. Welcome to New York City. Well, this is it. This is not a soundproof studio. This is what y'all gonna get. So anyways, Trey Songz was arrested during a Kansas City Chiefs football game on Sunday. According to Kansas City police, the altercation started because Trey Songz refused to follow Arrowhead Stadium's protocol of wearing a mask. So now, you know, this is interesting because I don't know how many times you probably heard this story already today, but if you have, this story has kind of developed multiple ways, right? We've heard that he was arrested because he was heckling with some fans at the game, you know, like my team versus your team and And then the police came out of nowhere, and I don't know if he knew that they were police or just stadium police or whatever the case was, but they got into it. He had the damn police officer in the headlock, Trey Songz did, and he was arrested under like some pretty big charges. So listen, the police say that Trey Songz resisted arrest and allegedly punched an officer and put him in a headlock, which you can see in the video of the incident. Shout out to TMZ for the video. If you haven't seen the video, go to tmz.com and check it out. More cops were dispatched and they took him to jail. Okay, and now the case is being referred to the Jackson County prosecutor for further review. Trey Songz was released this afternoon, and so he posted a picture on his Instagram on a plane, I guess a private jet, probably a PJ, that he was released and that he's on his way back home. But this is really serious because the thing is that once things become physical with a police officer, we're looking at some big charges. We're looking at a judge getting in front of this. We're looking at now some lawyers getting involved. And again, if this was all because Trey allegedly refused to wear a mask, then damn it, Trey. Like, I don't, like, in the name of Black Lives Matter, I want to be on your side and I want to have your back. And, like, you know, I think that maybe the police carried, but also, like, what the hell are y'all doing outside like, Trey, weren't you just involved in some party, I believe, in Houston, where that got shut down because y'all was in there with no mask and anything up in the club like coronavirus is over, baby? Don't let it be confused. It's called COVID-19, and I know that we're still in 2021, but that bitch is now 2 years old. That bitch is now 2 years old. Coronavirus is very much well and alive. She's actually coming on her second up and birthday in March. Right now, I'm going to be using a brand new foundation from NARS. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I've been obsessed with this foundation. I think that it's like the perfect finish for my oily girls. This is going to be something that you could wear all day. But for my dry skin girls, you're worried about something that's a little too mattifying. This is going to be like the perfect amount of both. So make sure you check this out. I'm going to be using this and I'm going to blend it in with a beauty blender. Also, my shade in this is a medium deep in Syracuse. So shout out to Syracuse. Shout out to Syracuse University. How you doing, Syracuse? And I go in with just a couple drops of this. And again, like I said, I'm going to be using my beauty blender. So yeah, so Trey, this is some pretty big allegations. We're going to definitely be following this story to see what comes about. Because again, now, once there's a police officer involved being attacked, I mean, we saw what happened with Luann on the Real Housewives of New York, who was very intoxicated down in West Palm Beach one year and refused and was resisting arrest and actually got physical with a police officer. She ended up having to go to goddamn jail and everything and was in there for a minute and, like, ended up being on probation, you know. They go really hard when they're attacked, but God forbid when they kill us. You know, it's another thing. I'm going to go ahead and check in the comments. Again, don't forget to press share on this video. Share it to your page. Send it over to your homegirls, your cousins, your mama who's watching. Shout out to my mom who's watching right now. She's actually at home under the hairdryer doing her hair watching this. So we're both doing some self-care right now. Sheena says, this is crazy. I absolutely believe that. I agree. And Sierra says, have you ever tried setting your primer with loose powder and then setting spray? Completely changes the way your foundation looks. Absolutely. So I've actually done that if I'm going to be doing something for a really long time. But I usually, especially for like these type of videos, I'm putting on makeup for you guys and then it's coming off. Like, I ain't going nowhere. It's a global Pandarosa. Honey, I'm here. I'm in the house. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. So, but yes, I have done that before and I do like the way that looks. It does give the foundation another finish. Also, if you're looking at this and being like, what the hell is going on? Because this is not really his match. One, the ring light is making my skin look way lighter than it is. Because the lighting in here is not great. It is nighttime, as you can see. And also, like, I'm in between those shades where, like, I'm not necessarily my real skin tone, like my actual color, which is this right here. I'm giving you some winter skin right now, so I tend to get a little bit lighter in the winter. But my concealer is definitely a lot lighter, and we're going to be going in with concealer to brighten up anyway. So don't worry if it looks a little bit darker, do not be alarmed by that. I am not in blackface. This is not Kim Kardashian. I am not DaniLeigh. Okay? Also, you can see like my neck, my face, same face. Same thing. It's just getting the face to match the skin. That's all. But listen, DaniLeigh, you're probably like, who the hell is this? Wait. We have a message from Faye. She says, home in bed with COVID, but great to see you after so long. Everybody, make sure you show your love to Faye, who just commented. She's at home with COVID. Faye, we are praying for you, and we are wishing you a speedy recovery. You got this, girl. I'm happy to be here and, you know, give you some entertainment and something to watch while you're recovering. So shout out to Faye, and shout out to everybody who has been affected or impacted by COVID. You know, it's a very trying time. One of the reasons why I like to do this show is because it's a nice escape from everything that's going out there. So, you know, I hope that, Faye, you get better. And also shout out to everybody who, you know, is doing the best that they can with this global pandemic. So, listen. This DaniLeigh situation is peanuts. Over the week, so last week, towards the end of the week, DaniLeigh, if you don't know who she is a singer, slash rapper, slash, I don't know. She has a couple songs out. You might know the song from a couple TikToks, things like that. But she's currently dating DaBaby, which we all know and love, although he tends to be problematic sometimes too. So honestly, I mean, this might be the perfect pairing of a couple. But listen, so DaniLeigh came out with a song called Yellowbone, which, if you guys don't know what that term means, it's referring to African American community being of lighter skin, or if minority, just again, yellowbone meaning of lighter descent, not descent. What the hell am I talking about? Lighter skin tone, right? So like somebody like a Beyoncé or myself, or just somebody that's light skinned, right? Would be referred to as a yellowbone. Red bone would be if you are of darker skin, beautiful chocolate skin. And DaniLeigh tried it. She put out this song called Yellowbone, promoting and giving a shout out to like being light skinned and her Yellowbone sisters. And Twitter and the entire internet dragged Miss DaniLeigh for this song. I honestly think there's two things that are happening here. In my personal, humble opinion, is that one, DaniLeigh is not black. DaniLeigh is Dominican. And so, although, listen, I can go here back and forth with y'all on a whole nother Instagram video or Facebook video about how Dominicans are black. But, you know, my people are not there yet. Unfortunately, they don't understand the whole African slave trade and how all of that went down. But anyways, she is Dominican. She's not a black woman. And so a lot of people just kind of took offense of like, you're not even black. You're here talking about something that has been impacting all of us as not only an African American community, but also just like in the world, right? Colorism is such a big topic in media, in the industry. Like, it doesn't matter. Somehow, some way, colorism is a big topic. And the idea that we are going to sit here and promote a color that generationally and over years has had it a little bit easier, right? So, you know, the idea was during slavery and even the civil rights movement was that if you were lighter, you were closer to looking more white, thus you had a pass. If you were darker, you were made fun of more, you were more black, thus then you were put down more. And so I don't think that she obviously was using any part of her fucking brain, and excuse my language, she wasn't using any part of her brain when she made this song. And so eventually she ended up deleting the song, and like deleting her Twitter and Instagram, and just kind of like disappearing. But then things got worse again when she decided to issue this apology that was a goddamn mess. So, I'm going to read you guys what she said for the apology, and I want you to tell me what you guys think. I'm just getting this to load. I don't know what's happening. It's coming, it's loading. Also, I want to know where everybody's watching from. So comment below and let me know where you're watching from. If you're eating a snack, what you eating, what you doing tonight, what you doing today, depending on where you're watching. Go ahead and comment below your cities. Also, my next step is going to be just a little bit of concealer, and then we're going to be baking with some Huda Beauty. So I'm going to be doing that in a second. But I'm trying to get over here the apology. Okay. So I don't know why this keeps loading. Okay, here we go. Basically, this song didn't sit well with the African-American community, like I said. DaniLeigh did feel the need to make a second apology because she did issue an apology before, and it was a hot mess. But she issued a second apology for the unreleased song and her reaction to criticism because people dragged her, and she decided to drag them right back. Like, no, girl. So she brought up that she's dating the baby, who she calls a chocolate man, and also references her dark-skinned friends as a reason why, you know, I can never be a colorist. I have a black man, and I have dark-skinned friends. There's no way. I'm going to play a clip so you guys can see.
I just wanted to address what's going on with me right now. I think it's super important because I definitely feel super misunderstood, and you know, my song, Yellow Bone is what he want. I think people twisted it into thinking, like, I'm trying to bash another woman, another skin tone. Like, that was never my intention. I wasn't brought up like that. I never looked at
yada, 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 yada. And she goes on and on and on. And listen, here's the thing. You cannot put out something like that, think about the impact, and then when it's brought up to you, okay, your reaction is like, girl, please, y'all just hating because the song is hot. You clearly went back. Your team clearly dragged you and was like, you stupid bitch. This is not how you handle this. You need to issue an apology. And then your apology was, oh, I'm not racist. I'm not a colorist. I have dark-skinned friends. Girl, that's the same thing as a white person being like, I'm not racist. I have black friends. Like, no, you can know people in your life and still hold prejudice or racism against those kind of people. You can make expectations for people in your life. People do it all the goddamn time. So I want to be clear that, you know, at the end of the day, like, if you're going to issue an apology for your behavior and what you're saying, this ain't the way to do it, sis. Like, you needed to get on there and just be like, you know what? After things were brought to my attention, I realized that I, one, handled it extremely ignorantly, but also I've done my homework and I've done the research and realized how problematic this is. I hold full responsibility for my comments. I will not be releasing the song, and I apologize for anyone who was offended by this statement or this song or this comment. And that's it. And you go away for a little bit and you disappear, and then you come back and drop a song featuring the baby, and that's it. And people will move on. They moved on with Doja Cat. They'll move on with everybody. People are allowed to make mistakes. People say ignorant things all the time. I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't think everybody needs to be canceled. Some people need to be canceled, like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, but not everybody's Bill Cosby and not everybody's R. Kelly, right? So, like, Danny, you tried it. Danny, no, this is not the apology. Danny, don't apologize again. I don't need another apology. That's still not going to do it. So keep that. Just go away. Go away. Go away. Just go home for a little bit. Think about what you did. I think you need a timeout. I think that's the best way to think about it. I think you just need a little timeout to think about what you did, because this wasn't it. Also, I'm using a Huda Beauty concealer, the Overachiever concealer in the shade Graham Cracker. As you can see, I'm just using a little bit on the bridge of my nose and just in the corners of my eyes, because I'm gonna bake in this area, so that's gonna brighten it up a lot. So with your damped beauty blender, you wanna go ahead and just work that out. Also, shout out to everybody who commented and told me where you're watching from. I saw the comments coming in. I'm about to shout out a few people right now. Also, make sure you are sharing this video. Don't forget to press that share button below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all so much. If you're new and you're just joining us, oh, and that's my voice in the background. And if you're just joining us, welcome. This is another episode of Me and Over, where we do some makeup and spill some tea. So, welcome. We have people from watching all over the place. Melody is tuning in from Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii. Sierra's watching from South Carolina. Her last hour to work. Girl power through, you almost done. We have Silkia watching from Florida, Puerto Rico. Okay, period. Lori's hibernating in South Jersey. So, Lori, you know how freezing it is, okay? You know how cold it is. Danny Hughes, not to be confused with DaniLeigh, is watching from Virginia Beach. She just had a baby 4 days ago, so I'm catching up and watching and nursing. Oh, shout out to the new baby, new mommy alert. Yes, MILF. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on the baby. And Brittany is watching from Dallas, Texas, at work in the break room, watching on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, Brittany. You know, listen, it's one of those situations, you know, in regards to the DaniLeigh, is that the reality is, like, people need to just realize that, like, you cannot come into this industry, especially hip-hop, and make songs with these terms that carry so much power and weight in such a negative way. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to, like, hold yourself accountable and really do the work and really do the research, right? Like, you can't sit here and make a comment or a song about, oh, Yellow Bone, and I'm just doing it to promote my community, and what's the problem? You can't do stuff like that and think that it's not gonna have any consequences. You get what I'm saying? So, Danny, I hope that you learn from this. Learn from this, right? Very Tyra Banks about it. But also that, like, let it be a lesson to everybody also who's, like, seeing all of this shit go down. Like, there are just certain things that you don't need to meddle in. You don't need to be a part of. Not everything is for you. And the term yellow bone was never for her. It was not for her to use it. And also, to everybody who's watching, just because you have black friends, that's not enough reason to be like, I'm not racist. Like, that's not... It's that, you know, I try not to be that kind of show. If you guys follow me, you know, I work for The Griot, a 100% black-owned news brand. And especially in the last year, I think I have taken my fight for social justice and Black Lives Matter to a whole nother level. And I'm very passionate about these things, and I can talk about them for hours. But here on Man Over, I want to put on some makeup. I want to be my face. I want to have fun with y'all. I want to talk about the tea. Like, I don't want to have to tell you dumb hoes about colorism. Like, what? I don't want that to be this kind of show. But you leave me no choice. I'm going to have to drag you. So this is some setting powder from Huda Beauty. I like to go down in the corner of my nose as well. Just because then that way when you go to, when you go to, like, contour the nose, it's much easier and it pops out a lot more. And this is in the shade Blondie. Huda Beauty's baking powder. And if you can see, I'm smooth with it. Right? And then I go down the bridge. Boom! Then, just there. That's it. And sometimes on the forehead in the center, just to, my forehead is pretty big, so I don't need to do too much highlighting there. But just for symmetry, right? So, in other news, I want to talk about Beyoncé and this Icy Park collection that's dropping. If you guys don't know about this, it happened last night. And I was just clutching my pearls, or my S necklace. Shout out to my S necklace. It's inspired by Wendy's W. Also, I have an interview with Auntie and Legend in my mind. But she is a legend, Wendy Williams, coming up this week. Make sure you check out her movie, Wendy Williams the Movie, on Lifetime, Saturday, January 30th at 8 p.m. And right after, it's a documentary, Wendy Williams, What a Mess, which is fantastic. I honestly think the documentary is better than the movie. So make sure you guys watch that. But like I said, I have an interview with Wendy coming out in a couple days, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, she inspired me to do an S because she did a W. So here we are. Okay, so in other news, Beyonce, girl, this Ivy Park, this Icy Park, like, you want all of my money. You want all of my money. It's like, it's not good enough for you that I gave you all the money that I gave you for the last drop. Now you want to come out with Icy Park, and now I got to give you a good $1,000 damn because I know it's going to be fly. And I wanted to, like, if you guys don't know about this, Beyonce's doing a new drop for the Ivy Park collection that she has with Adidas. It's titled Icy Park, as the collection is inspired by ski wear and just kind of like, you know, like very winter-esque themes. Silkia says, do you have any tea on Erica Jane from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? I have a lot of information on that, but I'm waiting to the closer to the beginning of the show so I can tell you guys all about it. But if you definitely want to hear some of that, DM me and I can, you know, sprinkle a little bit of tea there. But I definitely have a video on that whole situation coming soon, I promise. But Beyonce shared a teaser video on her Instagram, okay? And I'm really, really excited. In the clip, the theme, which is, you know, again, like I said, very snow heavy, icy, ski wear kind of esque items, included Gucci Mane, Cash Page, and Hailey Bieber. However, I don't know if you guys are hearing it first, but we can expect a lot of more people than that. We're expected to see people like Hailey Bieber, which we saw in there, Kyla Coleman, and Akeisha Murray. So there's going to be a lot of more people in there. I think that it's going to be a very like celebrity focused kind of promo, a little bit different from what we've seen in the past. So I think we're going to see obviously Beyonce, but we're also going to see some other key celebrities. Right now, all we know is, as far as when it's to drop, is they're just telling us to stay tuned to Beyonce's page and follow the ivypark.com website for more information. But a rep from Ivy Park and collaborator to Adidas says that the aesthetic and narrative of the collection is centered around the idea of incorporating alpine-inspired facets into streetwear staples. We can also expect a new Ivy Park monogram on select apparel and accessories. So a monogram is like when, you know, they have like where it says Ivy Park in all different kinds of ways and stuff, almost like a collage. So listen, it's going to be some good stuff, and I'm really excited. I saw things in white, some pink stuff, some blue stuff, some gold stuff. So I think it's going to be a little bit different from what we're used to. Seems like it's going to definitely offer a larger color range, which is a little bit different from what we've seen in the last couple of collaborations. But I'm excited, and Beyonce, you're going to take all my money yet once again. So shout out to Beyonce and Icy Park, aka Ivy Park. I can't wait to see what the hell you come up with. So I'm taking off my baking powder. As you can see, again, look, very highlighted. Look at the difference, right? That's what you're going for, because guess what? We're going to go with a very bronzy, very, very bronzy highlighter and contour. So I really wanted to really be highlighted and baked for a while with that concealer, so that way we can still keep the shape. So I'm just going to brush that off. Shout out to Jackie who's watching. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Again, don't forget to press that share button below. Share this on your page. Share this, send it to your homegirl, somebody who want to get some tea, who you know enjoys spilling some tea as much as we do, and doing some makeup. Okay, so my next step is going to be to move on to bronzer. Well, contour, I guess you can say. I like to still use my good old Fenty Beauty matchsticks in the shade Mocha and Truffle to contour. So I use Mocha and Truffle, as you can see here. And what I do is that I literally just brush my angled contouring brush across the two matchsticks. And I work this all over the spaces where I like to contour and create that shape. Usually I'll start like upwards above my ear and like just work that down midway. You don't want to bring it all the way down and then look like jigsaw. So I start upwards, bring it down a little bit, and then once I'm here, I kind of then go backwards and work the product back up. And again, this is just to create that shape and shadow. Slim out the face. See that? And I love the mixture of mocha and truffle from the matchsticks because I feel like it's the perfect, especially for me, the perfect like warmth. It still looks like skin, just like, you know, a little defined. Not like a big old brown mark there, which, like, that's not hot, girl. Blend out your goddamn contour, please. Nobody wants to just look at like one sharp line. So like I said, I like to go a little bit above the ear in my actual hair just to create a more natural looking cut, if you will. And then once I'm here, I work that upwards. I never go too low. See that? Boom! Cut. And then we're gonna do the forehead. And the nose as well. Same brush on everything. Also, shout out to Yvonne from Spoke and Well here in New York City. She did my highlights for my birthday. My birthday is next week, Monday. Shout out to the Aquariuses watching, Aquarius gang. You know, we got some really good Aquariuses. You know, Oprah is an Aquarius. Megan Thee Stallion's an Aquarius. Carisha from City Girls is an Aquarius. I love Aquariuses. We're so different from each other. You know, like, I feel like people will be like, oh, she's such a Cancer. She's such a Gemini. She's such a Libra, whatever. I feel like with Aquarius, it's like, what is she? I don't know. Is she a Taurus? Is she a Sagittarius? Like, it's always like, you don't know what the hell we are because we're so different. And we're always in here, in the head. Shout out to Elizabeth, February 7th. Yeah, so I will be doing a special episode of Man Over for my birthday next Monday. I'm going to show you guys my birthday beat. So I'm really excited to do that with you guys. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right here where you're watching this, if you scroll down, there'll be a link in the other video. I'll also comment it under. Or if somebody can, while you're watching, if you can multitask, go ahead and copy my YouTube latest video and comment it on here for people to check it out. I am on YouTube. I wanted to do Facebook Live today because I missed y'all. And I love the live interactions. Like, I love being able to, like, check out the comments and see what the hell y'all think about what's going on. I believe somebody had a question. I don't want to miss it. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm literally watching myself here and reading you guys' comments. So Jackie says, how do you feel about the climate now, especially with a new president? That's a really good question, Jackie. You know, I'm very optimistic and hopeful for our future. I mean, Joe Ben Biden. Shout out to Joey, shout out to Joe. You know, I think it's so cool that I can say that I have met and spoken to our president and vice president. It makes me feel like Olivia Pope. It makes me feel very official. I've had the pleasure to talk to both of them. I've spent more time with Kamala. Shout out to Kamala Harris, our vice president Kamala Harris. And I have to say, you know, I do feel a relief, right? You know, right now, my biggest concern still remains to be the global pandemic, how we're, attacking that as a nation and making sure that we can get it under control, right? And making sure that vaccines become available to underprivileged communities and people that are most deserving of it first based on their health conditions and things like that. But, you know, it does feel good to know that we no longer have a reality star and an idiot in the White House, right? We have someone who knows what they're doing, who cares about the country, who's here whether you're a Democrat, Republican, whatever. He's made it very clear, like, look, I'm not here to force you to pick a side. I'm here to help all of us. We need America to really be good, right? And like really like be a country that brings us all together. And already, I mean, just in his first couple of weeks, all the things that he's been able to do, things that he's getting rid of, things that he's supporting, things that he's signing back into, that Trump removed us out of, you can see that he clearly is trying to elevate this country and take us to the place that we deserve and need to be. So shout out to Joe Biden, shout out to the Biden administration, shout out to VP, Miss Kamala Harris. I'm very excited and I'm very grateful. And shout out to everybody who voted and participated this year and got involved in politics and the election. I know that for a long time, it felt like a lot. I know if you were like me, you were like, oh my God, this is every single day. You can't go to the supermarket without being told about something about elections, right? But look, it was worth it, and it was fantastic, and here we are now. Sheila says, I feel so proud and happy to be an American. I haven't said that in 4 years. Exactly. It's like a, whew, okay, we have somebody that's going to put us back in order, and we should be proud again, to be an American. So shout out to everybody who got involved. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my contour. What I do is that I squeeze my contour brush like into a fan brush almost, and I just go on the sides of my nose and at the end of my nose. See? Boom. Sheena says, hey, love your look. Thanks, Sheena. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so now that we've contoured, we're going to go ahead and move into eyeshadow. I also want to tell you guys about Michael B. Jordan. Well, before we get into Michael B. Jordan, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Comment below and let me know if you've been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. Comment below right now. This is very important. I really want to make sure that everybody who is watching comments, because I want to take a survey. I feel like people haven't been tuning in and watching, and I feel like that's going to go hand in hand with what I'm about to say about this season so far. Sheena says her son. It says her son is watching. Okay, well, hi Sheena's son. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, because I'm having a blast. I missed y'all. Every time, I'm not gonna lie. Like every time I have to get ready to do Manover, I'm like, oh my God, another video. Cause I work all damn day, right? And so then to get ready and pretty for y'all, it's a lot. But I love it. Once I'm here, I'm like, okay, how long do we have? Can we do 2 hours instead of 1? Like, I could keep going. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this new Uma Beauty product. I'm looking for the right brush to use because it is a very heavy highlighter, and I want to be very delicate with it. Jackie says, Miss Thing and her man has called it quits again. Yeah, so look, here's the thing. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya Moore. Shout out to Kenya Moore. Oh my God, Kenya Moore is also in Aquarius. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Shout out to Kenya Moore, who's celebrating her 50th birthday over the weekend. Kenya Moore and Mark Daly have announced that they are going to pursue divorce and have separated. Mark Daly actually decided to release the statement the weekend of Kenya's birthday. Sources say that Kenya did not know that he was going to be releasing the statement, but here in New York, it's Restaurant Week. And I bring this up because Mark Daly has a restaurant in Brooklyn, and I think what he wanted to do was say, hey, by the way, come to my restaurant and pay attention to me and let me be a media whore so you guys can come to my restaurant and I'm no longer with Kenya. He wanted to use the momentum of Kenya's birthday and things that were going to happen with her to then try to take away from her. And I think Mark Daly is absolutely disgusting. I know that Kenya is not a fan favorite. I know that she has her stuff. A lot of people feel like her relationship to Mark is her own doing, right? Like it's almost her karma. But I don't believe that, because I don't think that any woman or man should have to go through something like that. Like, I think that no one should have a partner that actively is trying to put them down constantly. So, you tried it, Mark Daly. Nobody cares about you. But yes, he did release a statement saying that they're separated. Silkia says, I'm loving Portia and Candy's relationship this season. And I have to say, it has been really dope watching them, like, grow as much as they have. Although, did you watch last night's episode where the producers were being shady and brought up all that old footage of the stuff that they had going back and forth with about? Man, oh man. I love Bravo, because them producers and editors are just shady as hell. Okay, so special shout out to Uma Beauty. Thank you so much for sending over these goodies, you guys. I'm so excited to be trying this. This is from their Black Magic Carnival collection. It's the shade called Barbados, which look how pretty this is, you guys. And it has a compact brush, which is perfect to put this on. So I'm gonna be using a really flat brush, as you can see, super flat, and I'm just gonna work that into the palette, and I'm gonna run that here, just in this area. Because like I said, see, it's super pigmented, and I really just wanna like work it in just a little bit. So I love that though. Look how pretty that is. I'm also gonna use it in my eyeshadow, but I wanted to show you guys. Super pigmented, just literally a couple swipes is all you need. And I'm going right above the contour to place that. I love that. And you could use your finger, spread it out. I haven't been doing highlighter recently just because I'm not really a highlighter girl. Like, I feel like my natural glow is gonna come through. That's always what I tell myself. I'm like, I'm not gonna do highlighter. I'm gonna glow naturally. Girl, shut up and put on some highlighter. But look, that's super cute. And it really blends into the skin really, really well. I love that. I love that. I'm gonna go in with, did I leave my setting spray? I think I left my setting spray in my bedroom. Okay, well, if I had some setting spray right now, I would like apply some and then like work this in more just to spread it. But I really love that highlighter. I'm gonna use it in my eyeshadow look. What I wanna do with my eyeshadow is something that's super easy, and this is perfect for anybody who's on the go. So let's say you have your matchsticks, right, that you use to contour, especially even if you only had one, that same shade that you used in there, if you really work in that brush and get a little bit of kind of heavier product there, this is gonna make a great eyeshadow. Watch. Look at that. Just an all over color, very 90s, very brown, very pretty, right? Literally go over the whole eyelid. Look how pretty that is. I love doing this, especially again, like when I said, if I'm in the go and on the brush and want to do something simple and easy, I go in with the same color that I used to contour, and I work this all over the lid. Easy. And it gives you like a nice shade to the eye. And if you want to go a little bit more, like if it's not visible enough for you, if you like something a little bit darker, I go in with like a bronzer, and I like work my brush into the bronzer, and I also go in with that as well. Look at that. See? Just a bronzer. Then what I'm gonna do is, to add another layer, we're gonna go back in with the Uma Beauty highlighter in the from the shade, the shade is called Barbados, from their Black Magic Carnival collection. So I've gone in with my bronzer on the eyelids. Now I'm gonna switch back over to the Uma Beauty highlighter, okay? And I'm gonna work this just in the center of my eyelid. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. And I'm just gonna do this right in the center. And because it's all nice and pigmented and bronzy, you can also kind of work this in the inner corner as well, if you really want your eye to pop. The bronzer and your contour is gonna work as like a base. And then this eyeshadow, the highlighter that you use on your cheek, is gonna work as like a nice sparkle in the eyeshadow moment. And it's perfect because it doesn't transfer, it doesn't move, and it stays on there. Just working that in my inner crease. What do you guys think? Let me know. I mean, I think this is hot. And again, easy. That's what we like. We want easy. We want easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is for my moms who are looking for a quick beat and are trying to find a nice eyeshadow moment. Girl, look, your contour or your bronzer and then some highlighter. It doesn't just work for the face. It can also work for the eyes. So, yeah, Real Housewives, I don't know what the hell is going on, you guys, but I'm bored. I'm bored this season. Like, I refuse to be like, oh, it's Nene, and I need Nene back, and da-da. And yes, like, of course, Nene's great. Love Nene. Shout out to Nene. Shout out to Nene Leakes. We love you, Nene, here on the show. But, like, I don't think it's Nene that's missing from this season. I just think that it's really hard for these shows to do what they really want to do in the name of COVID. With COVID going on, it's a little bit more difficult. So I think it's between the COVID thing and just like trying to get to like a different space. I don't know. And these new girls, like, I don't know how I feel about them. Like Drew, she's cute, but like her husband is fine to look at, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know. How about you guys? Am I the only one that's like not really feeling this season? I'm bored. I'm bored. Sheena says, girl, same. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Okay, last story as we wrap up. What I'm going to do is that I'm going in with a angled eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to place this in my bronzer as well. And I'm going to actually go under my eye with this color. Just to kind of bring some of that darkness back in the bottom. I also just feel like it just rounds out the eye a little bit more. So I'm just running this right under the lash line and bringing it upwards, connecting it to the top of the shadow. And I'll show you. It's a little bit of a difference, not too much, but it does make some type of impact. You see that? See how this looks a little bit more rounded and like completed than where this is just a little bit flat? It just also creates a little bit more dimension. So I love going in with the same color that I use as my base under my eye for some consistency and some shape there. So Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey are in a relationship. They announced this a couple weeks ago. If you follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/Stevens Very Own. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I was really excited to see Lori Harvey with Michael B. Jordan. Because one, I think that like, why not? Why not Michael B. Jordan? Why not the sexiest man alive, according to people.com? Like, I love me some Michael B. Jordan, and I love me some Lori Harvey because she's not afraid to date anybody, right? We've seen her with pretty much damn near everybody in this industry. Not everybody. I'm not trying to call her a hoe. I'm just saying the girl is young and she likes to have fun, and I think that's what we should be doing in our 20s. So shout out to Lori Harvey. However, I want to tell you what the word on the street is. The word on the street is that this is a publicity stunt. People are saying that there has been some issues in the past about Michael B. Jordan allegedly not dating black women, and that being something that was swirling around. The other tea is that Michael B. Jordan might be, how you doing? Like Michael B. Jordan be running for my team, playing for my team, and not for y'all ladies. I'm sorry. That's a rumor. I don't like to call people gay. They're not gay, so I'm not going to say that he's gay, right? Or bisexual. I'm not going to say none of that. But word on the street is Michael B. Jordan is with Lori Harvey as a publicity stunt. I'm definitely following this story. I have the Man Over team working countless of hours, okay? We know what vacation they're at right now. We know what they're eating. We know who they're speaking to. We done called Expedia to see if they booked the trip to Expedia so we can get the information of their tour guide. We had the team working over on this because the minute that I find out that they're in this together and they're using this as a stunt, oh, we're going to talk about it. You damn right, I'm going to expose them. And already it's a little bit funny because, oh crap, wait, hold on. Huda Beauty, I'm sorry. I said I wanted to use Huda Beauty's Drama Bomb Mascara. This is their Drama Bomb Mascara, Extreme Volume and Nourishing Mascara. They sent me this as well, so shout out to Huda Beauty. I'm going to go ahead and use you. Cute little packaging. Okay. I'm assuming that this is like their sample size. So I want to give this a try and see if I like it. I love how big the brush is, and I do notice that it's getting a lot of my eyelashes. Sorry if I'm covering what I'm doing, but yeah, you guys, I like this. I like this mascara. Oh, and it smells really good. Oh my God. What? I've never... Why does this smell? Like, why does this... Is this have fragrance in it? Oh my, because if this has fragrance in it... Oh, look, my mouth is watering. Because it smells so good. It don't smell like food, but it just smells like just gardens and a beautiful, like... I don't know how to explain it. It smells so good. Well, Uma, I need to know if this has fragrance in it. Or maybe that's what they meant by nourishing. Maybe there's some like nice oils or something in here. Maybe this is good for your eyelashes, and maybe it helps grow your eyelashes. I would love that. A mascara that's gonna nourish and make your eyelashes grow, but also make it pop. Okay, Uma Beauty, I see you. And of course, I got mascara in my eye. I mean, on the bottom right here. You probably can't see it, but it's there. Anyways, you let that dry, go in with a Q-tip, clean it up. But the point is, I like the mascara. Shout out to Uma Beauty, UOMA. You guys check them out. Again, the eyeshadow is actually a highlighter that I used from their Black Magic Carnival in the shade Barbados. Super pretty, and a lot of products. And then this is their Drama Bomb Extreme Volume Nourishing Mascara. So shout out to Uma for that, or however, I mean, I don't know how to hold it, but you know what I mean. Okay, you guys, so like I said, I'll watch the Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey story. For lipstick or lip gloss, I suggest a nice nude, or even like a nice chocolatey brown, maybe like a brown lip liner with like a clear gloss, and you just like really work in. I didn't bring anything with me for lips, so I'm not gonna do a lip. But I hope you enjoyed this beat, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Manover! You guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the final look. Again, we went in with a little bit of highlighter from Uma Beauty. The contour is Fenty Beauty. The eyeshadow is a little bit of the Fenty Beauty plus the Uma Beauty highlighter. Mascara is Uma Beauty. My foundation, new foundation alert, NARS. Shout out to NARS. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Shout out to NARS. Soft Matte Complete Foundation. Found by NARS. It was fantastic. I love this foundation. New primer from Milk. Hydro Grip Primer. This is a goodie though. I mean, you guys been using this now for some time. I'm super late to it. I've seen a whole bunch of people use it. I didn't think I was gonna like it because I have naturally oily skin, but it's actually fantastic. It goes in really hydrating, but it dries perfectly for makeup and for oily skin girls like myself. So shout out to Hydro Grip. And we also use Huda Beauty on concealer and baking to make sure that we kept that structure in the face. Silkia says, I love those eyes. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much for watching. And shout out to all of y'all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube, okay? Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page. Scroll down for the link. And I'll see you next Monday for my birthday. My birthday episode is going to be lit. Jennifer says, Blonde Steven. Okay. Oh, yes, honey. Blonde Ambition. You love to see it. It's a new year. It's a new look. It's a new set. It's a new beat. Love you guys so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. Also follow me on Instagram at Steven's Very Own. Don't forget to share this video. If you want the tea on Trey Songz, it's right at the top of this, and you'll be able to watch this back in full. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.